Hi everyone, this is Miss Susan from the Free Library of Northampton Township. I'm here again for another Friday Coding Club. Today we're going to be talking about Scratch. Scratch is a great program that is on the internet that is absolutely free. It's created by MIT, and you can create your own animation, your own digital art, or your own games. This is one program that I would really recommend you creating an account for, because you can start a program and then work on it the next time. It can save your work. You can have a whole bunch of programs that you're working on. You can build on it. You can actually send it to other people at Scratch and they can play the game. So this is one program that would be something to look into if you're interested to make an account. Today we won't be making an account, so you can certainly play on it without an account. To get there, it's called Scratch. Scratch.mit.edu is the website. Your screen is going to look like this. If you are interested in making an account, it's Join Scratch is right here. You create a username and a password, and they will ask you for an email address in case you lose your password. And then when you do have an account, you can sign in here. Again, I won't be using my account today, but you can do that at another time. So Scratch has a lot of programs that other people have been working on. And on the top here, you can explore some of these programs, some games, some music, art, digital art that people have been working on. You can play other people's games and see if they work, and you can give them suggestions, or you can create your own. So at the top here, we're going to be doing something called Create. We're going to create a program up at the top, and it's going to look like this. And again, we're going to be using a lot of this block type coding. They are color coordinated, so the motion blocks are going to be blue. How something looks is going to be purple. Sounds are going to be pink. Events, yellow. Controls, orange, and so on. So that makes it easy when you're trying to find something to use those color coordinating directions so that you can go to it very quickly. One thing at the top is File, how you save things if you're going to save it. And there's something called tutorials. Here there are all kinds of tutorials that Scratch has put together, or you can start making your own programs or animations. Some of these are little cartoons you can make. We're going to be doing a little bit of that today. I'm going to go through the Imagine the World tutorial. I'm going to add some stuff to it, but this is something that you can have at the bottom of your screen, and you can move along and they can give you some suggestions how you can go about making your program. Again, you can do it something absolutely yourself, something that you can create and be as creative as you like. Again, these are going to be your blocks on the left. This big spot in the middle is your white space, will be where all the coding will be, and then this block here is where you will see your program happen. My backdrops are going to be here. It's going to be in the background, and these are going to be all my characters here. So I'm going to go to the next tutorial. So first thing they're talking about is this character here. He's called a sprite. So sprite 1 is this Scratch cat, and we're going to get him to talk. So we go over to looks, and we're going to say something. He's going to say hello for 2 seconds, and then he's going to stop saying hello. So I'll have a little bubble here that says hello, and then maybe I want him to say something else. I want him to say, have a nice summer, spell it right, for 2 seconds. Okay, so this is the code that I have. Now he hasn't done it yet because I haven't started the program. You can do it 2 ways. You can actually click on the coding and it will start hello for 2 seconds, have a nice summer for 2 seconds, and then that program will end. Something else you can do to start your program is under events. When I click that go, that green flag, my program will start. Hello, and have a good summer. Have a nice summer. And that's my program. All right, so my little character is talking. Next thing you can do, instead of having on a big white background, I'm going to give him a backdrop. So on the bottom right corner here, choose a backdrop, is a green circle, and here's all kinds of backdrops to choose from. There are some categories on the top to help you find something quicker. You can search for something. Let's say I want to do a space. I'll let my guy sit on the space. Alright, so there's my first backdrop. Let's say I don't want to have the cat anymore, so I am going to add a new sprite. So here I hover over that cat and it says choose a sprite. I'm going to choose another character. Let's say I want to have, should we have a butterfly? Okay. You know what? Let's not have a butterfly. Let's have a dinosaur. Because he's a little darker here. I don't need my cat anymore. So how do I get rid of the cat? I highlight it down here and there's a little trash can. I'm going to say goodbye to my cat. Alright. Next thing I want to do is I want my dinosaur to move around. So how about when under events, when space key is pressed, I'm going to make a sound. Here's my sound, is my purple sound. I'm going to make a popping sound. It's the only sound I have right now. How can I add another sound? Up here on the top left, there's sounds. So right now I only have popping, but down here is choose a sound, and look at all the different sounds we have. Let's see. Let's make him growl. Okay? And that's how we can try to see if that growling is a good sound. I like it. So we're going to go and hit growl, back in code, and now I want it to move. It's going to be under the blue motion. I want it to glide because it'll be just a nice smooth gliding, and I'm just going to go to a certain random position, somewhere else on my screen for 1 second. Alright, so when I'm going to right now press my space key, he's going to growl and move to a random position. Completely random. Alright, that's how we move, that's how we make sounds, and how we can get the space bar, or even anything. It could be a space bar, it could be the down arrow, anything, any of your on your keyboard. Let's say another sprite. We're going to have a person this time. Alright, how about we have Ben, my soccer player. Alright, so I have two sprites down here. I have my dinosaur who is growling and moving, and then I have Ben, my soccer player, and I don't have anything for him yet. Right? What do I want him to do? I want him moving back and forth, but in a more controlled way. Just right back and forth right where he is. And I want to do that by using my right arrow and my left arrow. So back to events. When my right arrow on my keyboard is clicked, I'm going to go to my motion. I want to move. I want to change my X. X is horizontal by 10. So let's see. I hit my right arrow. He moves by 10. What if I wanted to be a little bit more? I'll make that 20. Move him back in the middle. And let's see. It moves a little bit more. Okay? If I want to do my left arrow, and I'm going to change, so X is still horizontally, but it's going to be minus 20. So right arrow and left arrow. What if I want them to go up? The up arrow. I'm going to change my Y. Here you are. Alright, so that's how we move something using my arrow keys. Left, right, and up. And then I can do down as well. Alright? But my dinosaur is just going to be moving to a random position. Alright, now I want to change costume. So let's add another sprite. It's getting a lot of people here. What's a good one that changed? See how I hover over it and it changes. I want something that changes dramatically. Let's do the fish, because that changes a lot. Okay. So when I click on my fish, so when the sprite is clicked, I want to change my look. I want to change, where are you? Change my costume. Fish A. Fish B. And then I want it to wait, so I'm going to wait. Not a long time. 0.3 seconds. And then I want it, excuse me. And then I want to switch costume to fish C. And then I want it to wait again. Okay, so when I click the fish, it's going to fit back and forth. If I wanted to wait a little bit longer, maybe 2 seconds, maybe I want to go from A to C, A to D. See how much slower that is, because it's going to be waiting 2 seconds. That's how we switch costumes. Now, how do I know which costumes the sprite has? I can go to costumes and look. My fish has A, B, C, and D costume. That's a lot of costumes for one sprite. Let's say I have Ben here. He has one A, B, C, and D costume. And my dinosaur also has different costumes. So I can go back and forth, and it can look like animation if I change my costumes. Alright, what if I want to glide to a certain point? Alright, we're going to add another sprite. Let's do a baseball. I want, when I click my go, I wanted my baseball. Make sure the baseball is over here on the top left. Sorry, top right. I want something to go from the 0, 0 in one corner, and then I want it to glide for a second all the way to the other corner, to the other side. Let's see how that looks. Alright, so you can see, now if you can, where my 0, 0 is right here. What if I wanted to go from minus 200 minus 100 all the way to this side, which is 200, 150. See where I'm seeing that? These are it's going to go from here to here now. Let's see how it works. Yep, so if I want that to go from one corner to the other. And you can see where the X's and Y's are just by moving something along your screen and looking down. Here's my X and here's my Y. Alright, now I want something to get bigger and smaller. Let's find something that's get bigger and smaller. Something food related. How about a cake? Then I'm going to get rid of Ben. Alright, so my cake is going to be here. So when I click my cake, so when sprite is clicked, and I wanted to do it a couple of times, so I'm going to do a control, I'm going to repeat it. Let's repeat it twice to begin with and see how that goes. And then I wanted to get bigger and then smaller. Alright, so we're going to set the size. So it's going to be under look. Set size. And we're going to be 150%. And then we're going to, let's play a sound. That's a good idea. I'm going to play another sound. Let's do some voice, some crazy laugh. So we're going to play a sound until it's all done. And then we're going to set the size. Back to 100%. All right. I know I did it twice. If I just did it once, it would look like this. I did it 3 times, and I made it 300 times as big. I may want to then put a little weight in here. There we go. That looks good. How's that? For shrinking and growing. Now I can make it smaller too. Make it 50%. Alright. And it's good to have those repeat loops. Alright, how about we do another background? I think that's a good idea. This funny jungle. Funny jungle. Alright, so we want, let's add a person now. Hi, Devin. Okay, Devin. So when I click my go, I want to switch backdrops. And let's see how many backdrops do I have here now. I have 3 backdrops. I have a white backdrop, I have space, and I have a jungle. I want to get rid of the white one. I don't need it anymore, so I'm going to hit under backdrops. I'm going to hit that delete key. So now I have 2 backdrops. So I'm going to go back to Devin. Hi, Devin. I'm going to say when I click the go, I'm going to switch backdrops. I'm going to switch it to jungle, and then I'm going to wait. Wait a second, and then I'm going to go back and switch it to space. Now, what if I want to do that a couple of times? I'm going to repeat that twice. I think we need another weight in here. Does that make sense? Jungle, space, jungle, space. Alright, so you can switch between backdrops. We already did add a sound. And there's all kinds of other things that you can try. So play around with Scratch. Again, there's motion in blue. We can move things, glide them, changing the looks of things, going to another backdrop, creating sounds. Again, here's your sound, and selecting a new sound. All kinds of stuff. Events is when I use my keys, or when I want to start by clicking on something. Controlling is my if-then statements or my repeat loops. Sometimes you want it to go somewhere until it hits something else. And here you have some math and some variables. And up here is your tutorial, so try something else and have fun with it. Let me know how it goes. I want to see, you can send me your programs, what you've come up with. I'd love to see them, and I hope you're enjoying coding this summer, and hope to see you soon. Take care.